Welcome to our guide on mastering the flame and keeping hot work safe aboard ship, where we introduce the UNITR framework for compliance and crew protection. This presentation will lead you through practical controls, equipment standards, and behaviors that make maintenance safer and set expectations for how systems and people must work together to prevent incidents during hot work. Hot work is essential for vessel maintenance but carries real hazards, and this slide shows that dual nature with a vivid welding image. Staying safe depends on 5 integrated pillars: robust processes and controls, reliable purpose-built equipment, correct setup and operation, adequate personal protective equipment, and well-trained operators who follow procedures every time to reduce ignition, fume, and thermal risks. The hazard matrix highlights the main dangers you face: toxic welding fumes that can cause acute irritation and long-term harm, electrocution from live currents, especially in wet environments, intense UV radiation that damages eyes and skin, burns and lacerations from hot metal and sparks, and the ever-present risk of fire or explosion when flammable materials are nearby, all of which require layered controls and vigilance. Compliance is not optional on board, and here we map the global rules and industry guidance that form the foundation of safe hot work. Regulations like the IMO ISM Code and relevant circulars set mandatory expectations, while tools from OCIMF, RightShip, SGOT, BCGA, and the UK MCA provide practical guidance and assessment frameworks to help vessels meet and exceed port state and flag state requirements. This annotated workshop illustration shows how a compliant gas welding and cutting area should be arranged, from welding curtains and fume extraction to safe gas distribution, non-return valves, and clear storage for consumables. The diagram underlines critical measures such as annual inspections, 5-year replacement of regulators and flashback arresters, correct hoses and clamps, and proper PPE to control hazards at the source. The Secure Electric Arc welding station graphic walks through the key elements: a compliant welding power source, return clamp positioned close to the workpiece, effective welding fume extraction, insulated accessories, and secure consumables storage with a fire extinguisher and safety poster on display. Following these layout and equipment rules minimizes electrical and fire risks during arc welding operations. Engineered for safety and mobility, the UNITR Mobile AC aux system images show a standardized trolley for cylinders, plus master kits and accessories designed for safe transport and storage. This compact, compliant solution is built to meet applicable standards so teams can perform flexible hot work ashore or afloat without compromising on safety or regulatory requirements. The UNITR GDS diagram demonstrates the benefits of centralized gas with decentralized work, piping gas directly to workstations to improve safety, reduce cylinder handling, and increase efficiency. By securing cylinders in a well-ventilated area, using flashback arresters and routing gas through a controlled distribution system, operations become faster, cheaper, and less interruption-prone for onboard hot work. Personal protective equipment is the operator's last line of defense and must be comprehensive from head to toe, as shown by the fume extractor, auto dark helmet, protective suit, and leather gloves. Even with engineered controls in place, correct PPE, maintained and used consistently, remains non-negotiable to protect against hazards that reach the worker directly. The 5-point hot work permit checklist condenses what must be checked before any job. Ensure housekeeping removes flammables. Verify gas systems are upright and fitted with flashback arresters. Confirm electrical sources and torch insulation, and that the return clamp is correct. Confirm a hot work permit and fire watch are in place, and make sure the operator is wearing the right head, eye, face, and body protection. Maintaining gas system integrity is a life cycle task, split into procurement, assembly, and use, annual inspection, and mandatory replacement. Buy compliant equipment from reputable suppliers. Assemble and check for leaks before use. Conduct functional tests and log results yearly. And replace regulators, flashback arresters, and high-pressure hoses every 5 years to prevent failures caused by aged or incompatible parts. Electrical safety also requires a life cycle approach. Purchase welding sources with compliant open circuit voltage and outdoor ratings. Carry out installation and pre-use visual checks. Perform periodic inspections every 3 to 6 months to catch wear and contamination, and ensure repairs are completed only by qualified personnel, since arc welding with 50 volts or more can be lethal under wet conditions or with damaged insulation. Knowing your equipment's age is critical because the 5-year replacement rule applies to regulators and flashback arresters. This slide explains common date coding formats so you can verify manufacture dates by reading year or week codes stamped on regulators and month-year markings on arrestors, helping you plan timely replacements and stay compliant with safety lifecycle requirements. Safety is a system, not an accident, and the final approach is simple. Master the risks through proactive assessment and standards adherence. Build a compliant system with standardized purpose-built equipment like centralized solutions, and embrace the life cycle through inspection, disciplined maintenance, and timely replacement of critical components to protect crew and vessel alike.